So some of you will be pleased to know that I'm working on my next big theory video, which is the hidden dark secrets of the Signal Tower. And I know I keep saying this, but this one might just be my craziest theory yet. So that's being worked on. Don't worry, that'll be coming out in the next couple of days. But before then, I just wanted to make you aware of a couple of things. So the Lollipop kid in the comics, which is, if you haven't seen the comics or read the comics, I'm going to be spoiling the comics on Little Nightmares 2 in this video, obviously. So in the comics, there is this Lollipop kid and he's trapped in the school and he's bashing a bunch of the porcelain children or bullies, whatever you want to call them. He's bashing them around the head with this lollipop, and then he eventually gets captured by the teacher. Now, a lot of people have assumed, and I know I say it funny, okay, assumed. People have assumed that the Lollipop kid died, and that's why there are glitching remains in one of the lockers. However, a little note that no one seems to have noticed. We actually found this out on my live stream, the last time that I live streamed Little Nightmares 2. If you listen to the part where the teacher is, she's beating or caning a child, and a lot of people assumed it was a porcelain child that she was beating, but two things prove that this is not true. First of all, a porcelain child would shatter, right? We see that just a little bit of pressure from the Lollipop kid breaks their skull. So imagine the teacher actually, beating the child, it would break them. And second of all, if you listen to the sounds that the child makes when they are being beaten, it sounds very, very familiar, doesn't it? That's the Lollipop kid. Now, you can't actually see down there in the game. If you try and look down, you physically can't. Even if you fall to your death, there is just no way of doing it. But I was hanging out with Josh Jordan, his stream, when he was using the free camera engine thing, and he was able to go down there, and you just see that the teacher is hitting nothing. Like there's no model down there, but that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people have been using the free camera or first-person camera to try and make theories, and that's cool. That's great, absolutely welcome to do that. But one thing you have to remember is that developers, they develop without that in mind. They develop with what you can see with your eyes, and so often they will cut corners for time reasons. Why would you develop and code something if you're never going to see it? And they will often do it for performance reasons, again, to reduce the amount of things that the game has to load. And they will also often hide things with your perspective in mind. If you can only see the room the way that they intend you to, well, then anything else outside of that, in my opinion anyway, is considered to be non-canon when it comes to theory making. Now, again, sometimes you can find things that are very valid, hidden little things, and that's cool, and it's a great thing to think about and talk about. But when it comes to my own theories, I like to only see what we can see from the game. And a couple of people asked me, you should do this first person mod, or you should do this, and other people are doing that, and that's great. Go watch their videos. They're very interesting. I watch them too. But for me personally, I like to base all of my theories on what the developers intended for us to see. After all, if I'm making a theory, in the back of my mind, I think that Tarsier have a rough idea of the messages and the tones and the secrets and things like that. I don't think they have everything necessarily figured out, but they definitely have an overarching story. If you actually go back to the first Little Nightmares, if you actually look at how many, especially in the Residence DLC, by the way, if you actually look at how many of the pictures are actually things in Little Nightmares 2, now that could just be a coincidence. It could be that they were like, oh, do you remember that cool picture we had in Little Nightmares 1? Let's turn that into a thing. But it could also be that Tarsier knew what they were doing all along, So, very, very interesting. The Lollipop kid, in my opinion, is alive. It seems that way. And I just to answer that general question that I get, do I think that Tarsier, a lot of these secrets, were they intended, or are we just overthinking? No, I actually think Tarsier are way more clever than some people give them credit for. And in my next video coming up, I might be able to prove that a little bit. So, or at least heavily suggest it. It's another thing some people don't seem to understand. All my theories are just theories. They're supposed to be for fun. They could be true. That's what makes them fun, but I'm not saying that they are true. None of my theories am I saying this is true. They're just ideas. They're just fun things. And I'm just connecting dots where the dots can be connected. And sometimes I actually go back and I actually find something new that makes me go, oh, actually, now I don't believe that last thing that I said. And that's all part of the process when it comes to theory crafting. You know, you go back and look at what you said previously and you have conflicting evidence. But in the world of Little Nightmares, when everything is so ambiguous and everything has so many dual meanings and secrets and layers upon layers, realistically, you know, anything is canon for you. Like if you believe that it's all just a dream, that's your belief. If you believe that it's all some sort of psychological trip, which has been a lot of my last videos have had that theory, believe that. If you believe that it's all absolutely literal and everything that we see is what's happening, believe that too. But anyway, I'm going to go and start editing that other video. So yeah, keep an eye on the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, apparently like 94% of you or something aren't subscribed. Like what is it? Is it the face? Like what is it? Like, what did I do? I'm kidding. If you want to sub, if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's absolutely fine. Oh, also, music. A lot of people keep asking me about the music in my video. They're like, oh, what track did you use at 10 minutes? Or what track did you use at 3 minutes or whatever? To try and solve that, and also something that I thought would be fun, I put all of the tracks that I use in my Little Nightmares videos with some extra as well that are kind of similar and related, kind of inspired by Little Nightmares. I put them into an hour-long video, put them up on the channel. So if you want to listen to that, go ahead. You don't have to. If you want to watch it, it's there. But it's just kind of for those people that keep asking, and I actually quite enjoy the music, so go watch that if you want to. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.